So whether you like the game or not, okay, I think everyone can agree that Starfield stayed behind expectations. We had such a massive hype for it. I mean, when the game launched in early September, it almost single-handedly reignited a new console war, okay, because the PlayStation fanboys were so upset that they couldn't get their hands on the game and they were so salty, and all the Xbox fanboys were just like parading their new baby around, because for the first time in a long time, Xbox had like a proper noteworthy exclusive that was worth talking about. But now, a few months after launch, it's not looking so bright. Okay, the latest stories we're getting around Starfield is that it's bleeding players like crazy. And indeed, we can see that if we check out the Steam charts, okay, and on Steam charts, obviously, again, these are just numbers from Steam. The game's also on Xbox, okay, you can get it on Game Pass, so there's going to be more players on even on that side of the PC. So this is not a complete picture, but it does give a strong indicator of people losing strong interest in the game. Currently, Starfield sits at 19,500 players played 24 minutes ago. And I low-key love this, okay? Because when Starfield came out and when Redfall was not out yet, everyone was like, yeah, these are gonna be incredible games. All the Xbox fanboys were losing their mind. They're like, biggest games ever, this is gonna turn everything around, Starfield, the next coming of Christ. But then when the game comes out, and it's not that great, and it fairly quickly loses players, you then get tweets like these ones. Starfield is a single-player game, okay, not a live service game, so yeah, okay, of course the player count will drop. This happens with every non-live service game, but the Xbox-hating media is always spreading fear, uncertainty, and doubt about Xbox games, okay? And there's a whole wave, obviously, like the whole Xbox army, they're all coming out now saying basically the same thing, right? Yeah, it's not a live service game, okay? It doesn't even need players. The game is well and alive, it does. And it's like, okay, fair enough. There is a point to that, right? Sure, it is not Destiny. Like a game like Destiny or whatever would not work with a very low player count because it's a live service game. It depends on like you finding other players to play with and so on. So Starfield does not have that problem. That's correct. But let me casually point you to the Skyrim player numbers. Skyrim is like, when did this game come out? So in 2011, right? It's a 12-year-old game at this point. It has 25,000 people playing it an hour ago, right? Let me remind you, Starfield sits at 19,500. And Skyrim also is just a single-player game. It's like, yeah, wait a second. That game is like 12 years old and has more current players than a game that came out 3 months ago from the same company. I mean, what does it tell me? What does that tell me? It tells me that these Xbox fanboys are coping, bro. There's nothing on the horizon for them, and they're coping so hard that their two big games, Redfall and Skyrim, just bombed. Stayed behind expectations. Because sure, they're not live service games, but dude, player retention is important. If people would be loving this game to death, they would be playing it. But they are not. Longevity is important in a game like this, right? You want your Fallout game, your Elder Scrolls game, your Starfield game to be played years and years. And some people, I can already see the comments. People are like, yeah, but Monkey, listen, the mod community is going to say. It's like, no, dude, the mod community could do a lot for Skyrim because the base game is great. You're going to have a hard time modding Starfield into something that's actually good because, sure, you can fix a lot of the garbage in the menu and in the inventory management. You can improve all these systems around it, but you're not going to make the game better. Dude, you can mod it and like build giant spaceships that look dumb, but that's about it. So I have my doubts that the mod community is going to turn this one around. And usually as a developer, right, if you want to pull a No Man's Sky on a game and your launch didn't go as planned, you know, your game stayed behind expectations or whatever, for various reasons, right? It can be that it's a glitchy mess like Cyberpunk or No Man's Sky, or it can be that there's just not enough there. It's not really what the game promised to be, with loads of loading screens, an outdated engine, and just overall, it's not an engaging experience, talking of Starfield now. So usually if you want to turn this around, as a developer, what you do is you put your head down. You work on it. You know, you show actions, not words. You go silent for a half a year, for a year, and then you come out and say, look, we changed all this. We addressed all the things that you guys flagged to us, and we're going to turn this into the game that you guys deserve, right? Something like this. That's what you would do as a developer. It's been proven successful in the past. Again, with Cyberpunk or No Man's Sky. But Bethesda, instead of showing actions, chose words. And Bethesda decided that it would be a great idea to let developers personally respond to negative Steam reviews. So that's what they did. And that just sounds like such a great idea, right? It's like if someone says, well, dude, your game sucks, it's boring, all the planets are empty. And you say, well, there's also a certain beauty to empty planets. It's like, cool, where's this conversation going? What are we doing here right now? Why are you as a developer respond to someone who just shits on your game? Like, I don't understand, because there's no productive outcome here. It just feels like a butthurt group of people who put a lot of work, admittedly, into this game, and then it didn't come out the way maybe they wanted. Whoever's fault it is, who knows who's at fault for this, but they're butthurt. They're like, well, we put a lot of work into this, and you say it's not even that good. Now, let me tell you. Now, I haven't read these reviews myself, okay? So I'm going to read them for the first time with you guys now together. It's going to be fun, I'm pretty sure. Obviously, Starfield sits at mixed reviews right now, okay? And that means that 61% of the 8,900 user reviews on Steam in the last 30 days are positive. So that's more than half. That's why it's mixed and not mostly negative or negative. But here you go. You see this down here? And I love that they put these reviews to the top as well. Down here it says, a developer has responded on the 9th of November. A developer has responded 28th of November, right? And here it goes on. So let's read like the top 3 of them. I wanna just see what the developers have to say. And maybe I'm wrong, right? Maybe they're turning it around and somehow turn it into some kind of productive conversation. Who knows where they're going? Okay, so here is Uptown Mermaid on Steam, saying, I'm not going to read the whole thing, I give you a summary. A game about space in which your ship is nothing more than set dressing for storage containers, and an optional, extremely simplistic arcade mini-game where fly your ship in a line while holding the trigger long enough for every AI to blow themselves up while flying directly into your path. It's not even a well-written review. But I mean, he has a point there, or he or she, this person has a point, right? The ships are set dressing. The ships are basically, if you walk from one village to another in Skyrim, you walk through the woods and some rocky environments and the snow area. That's what the ship is. You go in your ship and now you're at your other destination. It is set dressing, and it doesn't really improve the experience of exploration. If you're in your ship flying to the next planet, it's not as rewarding as running through the landscape of Skyrim and discovering tombs and graveyards and an old church. You know, there's something there. So this person does have a point that the starships or the ships you have are basically just set dressing. A game about exploration that delivers the thrill of opening your menu, selecting to fast travel, clicking the fast travel. Okay, so you can see the points of criticism of this person here. They're fair. Now let's read what the developer replied. Thank you for taking the time to provide your review, and we are so sorry to hear that you were disappointed with encountering many loading screens while playing. While there may be loading screens in between fast traveling, just consider the amount of data for the expansive gameplay that is procedurally generated to load flawlessly in under 3 seconds. I love this so much. I love this. It's like, what is he trying to do? Is he hoping that the guy comes back with a reply and he's like, oh yeah, now bro, you're right. I mean, that's just 3 seconds. You're absolutely right, man. This is insane. You guys have done a masterful job. It's like, why does he write this? What is he hoping to get out of this? It's beyond me. Honestly, I don't understand where this is going. I don't even, at this point reading this, I'm not even sure this was agreed on internally with Bethesda, where they're like, we should put a few replies on Steam just to put a few things right, misinformation and stuff. Or whether this is just a developer who kind of went rogue, who's like, yeah, no, I'm going to address this now because I'm so angry that everyone's like weeing on my game. I'm going to address this and tell them what's going on. It's just 3 seconds loading time. Okay? Can someone respect the 3 seconds loading time? It's like, No Man's Sky came out like, several years ago? It has like 0 loading times. Like maybe this is a problem that these games that you keep building are based on this outdated engine that cannot handle an open universe, and you're trying to squeeze this open universe game into an engine that is really not made for open universe content. Maybe that's something you should address in a comment like this, where you're like, yeah, I understand the loading screens. The reason why they're there is because the creation engine is not built for this kind of stuff. We're looking to improve that aspect of our development. That would be an answer where I'm like, I applaud you, sir. This is good. You're going the right. But no, he's just defending and basically saying it's really not that bad. Okay, you're overreacting. Absolutely remarkable that is. Starfield is an RPG with hundreds of hours of quests to complete and characters to meet. Not very good quests, though, in my personal opinion. Not some of them, maybe, not all of them. Most quests will also vary on your character skills and decisions, massively changing the outcome of your playthrough. Try creating different characters with backgrounds and characteristics that clash or are oppositive to your previous characters. You will feel like you're playing a totally different game. Put points in different skills from characters, so he's basically explaining him how to play the game. He's like, no, but have you realized you can play the same game again with a different character? It's like, yeah, you guys know, like, games like Diablo and stuff. It exists. It's been a thing for a while. Never stop exploring. Jesus Christ. Yeah, maybe Bethesda should, like, never stop exploring other engines than the piece of garbage that they're currently working on. So apparently people can reply to this, right? Check this out. So check this out, okay? Apparently people can reply to this dev comment. I didn't even know this. Mr. Blue says, I'll be honest, if any game dev replied to my review like this, I would never buy their shit again. Straight disrespectful. He's right. He's right. Well, again, like, what is he saying? He's like, you found the game that I think is great, not so great? Well, that's your fault. And let me tell you why it's your fault. It is such a salt mine of a reply. It almost hurts to read. And it's like, unprofessional to a degree where you're like, Jesus Christ, is nobody managing these people so they don't put out messages like this? That is weird. The cope is so strong. This is exactly how to not respond to criticism. Correct. I mean this as nicely as possible, but you need to stop patching like it's 2005. Damn, bro. They're getting taken apart by the community. Okay, they're getting... All right, let's read one more reply. I want to see if this was just one developer who went a bit rogue and wrote a reply like that. That was really inappropriate and garbage. Let's see. So, here's the second review by Moonshot. And Moonshot says, boring, empty, soulless, unpleasant to play. That actually summarizes it. That's not wrong. It's boring, it's empty, it doesn't feel like it has a soul, like Skyrim did. And it's just unpleasant. It's not fun. I caught myself joining into this game after a while. I played 3 minutes and I was like, oh, no. And you talk to someone's like, hey, traveler, let me introduce you to the Zandor faction. Do you notice how my mouth moves? It almost looks like a real person. I can even move my head slightly every now and then to increase immersion. And at that point, I quit the game. I quit. I literally, it was just unpleasant is a good word to describe it, honestly. Todd told me I'd be exploring space, not fast travel menus. You don't really explore anything at all. You just teleport from desolate waste to desolate waste. It gets also a bit salty there at this point. Then your spaceship is set down 15 minutes walk from the copy past POI you'd be fetch quested towards. Every chump space bandit has 3 bars of health, infinite empty planets, aimlessly wander across. Dungeons and caves don't have any rewards. Okay, so he goes on. The game's design is so fundamentally flawed that I don't think even the modding community will be able to fix it. That's my point. He's making my point. He's right. Even the mods, they're not going to fix this at this point. Every element of this game is so disappointing, yada yada. So, now we got a developer replying again. Let's see. Is this the same guy? No, they signed with Bethesda customer support. Okay, so they don't give themselves names. They're anonymous developers. Okay. Maybe it's better looking at the replies and how they're received. It's like, I wouldn't want to walk alone in the dark to my car on the parking lot at Bethesda's headquarters. I'm just saying it. I'm not encouraging anything. Okay. Thank you for taking the time and leave a review for Starfield. We can understand your frustration with fast travel making the universe much smaller. Given the immense size of Starfield, and it is immense. When I say immense, it's huge. It's humongous. Many square kilometers. We felt it made more sense to be able to use the grav drive to jump to other solar systems. The option to fly freely among planets is still there. It's not really, bro. Let's be honest. You can't travel freely between planets. That's not how this works. You can jump from one place to the next, okay, with like a jumpy animation. You can't even approach a planet when you're flying close to a planet. So it's, yeah. However, for an expedition-like solar system traversal, jumping is necessary. Remember that fast travel also has its perks, and you can do so quickly when trying to complete quests, and will always be given visual of your ship launching and landing. It's like, yeah, actually, if I want to fast travel, I don't even want to see that animation of my ship starting and landing. If I fast travel, I want to be fast. Fast travel, okay? If I go into my ship and launch, then I want to see the animation, okay? Then I play for immersion. So that's not even a good point. And again, I love how they're just trying to say, no, your points are not right. Have you thought about them slightly differently? Trying to convince this guy that maybe he comes out on the other end of this debate where he's like, yeah, you're right, bro. It's an incredible game. I was wrong. The Bethesda devs are correct. Holy smokes, man. The intention of Starfield exploration is to evoke a feeling of smallness in players and make you feel overwhelmed. Mission failed. You can continue to explore and find worlds that do have resources you need or hidden outposts to look through. Bro, walking around these desolate planets in Starfield and hoping to find random outposts is like the worst thing I can imagine as a video game. I do not want to do this at all because there's nothing there. You're going to spend 100 hours and find like 4 things. NPC AI has been improved with the move to Creation Engine 2 that has Radiant AI enhancements. Radiant AI enhancements, I love this. Someone came up with that term. That allows for dynamic interaction within the game's various environments. Dude, you're saying nothing. This is, like, read this again. NPC AI has been improved with the move to Creation Engine 2 that has Radiant and AI enhancements, right? Something better, something with radiation, I don't know, I don't know, that allow for dynamic interaction with the game's various environments. Right. So the NPCs kind of interact with the environment. I haven't seen them doing that, to be honest. They just walk around. Okay, sure, they don't walk through walls. That's true. They do interact with environments in that regard. But they did that in Skyrim already. And looking at the AI in Starfield, it really, 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 really doesn't feel like there's a huge jump from the Skyrim AI, in my opinion. So I don't know what point he's trying to make here. If you feel that things are getting boring, there's so much more to do than just the main mission. There are many side missions where you can learn. Okay. Oh, and he actually puts a little feedback form down here. If you want to submit your feedback, put it into this form. It goes straight into the paper shredder. But never stop exploring. Okay? Never stop exploring, guys. Honestly. You're not going to find anything, but just don't stop exploring. Bethesda customer support. So I don't even know whether we should read the third one. I'm sure it's just the same one. Like this guy says, I played 75 hours because I needed the dopamine fix. Look back, it's a boring story, it's a boring world. Also, I cannot get over the one mission I thought would be awesome. Finding a ship launched from Earth 200 years earlier, with the offspring of the original crew finally finding humanity. And they have the same computers with all the same operating systems on their ship as the rest of the universe. Why? Why? Well, because there's not enough development time. Bro, we don't have time to come up with like its own visual language for a spaceship that's 200 years old. It's got to look like everything else. We're reusing assets, bro. This is a reusing asset game. So yeah, very valid point, and obviously going beyond them just having this one mission where they use assets for like a ship that's supposed to come from a different decade or different time. I mean, I only played it around 20 hours and then I had enough of it. But it's like, go to this planet and there's like a derelict research station. And then you go to this planet and there's a derelict research station. And, like, and now we're landing on this planet. You got to find this piece of this puzzle and it's in a derelict research station. It's like, God damn it. And they all kind of look the same. Sometimes I had deja vus where it's like, have I been here before? This is like... Is it the same planet? I'm not sure. But let's see what the developer has to say. I'm sure it's going to be constructive. Hi, this is formatted terribly. Someone else formatted this, right? There's no spacing in this. Hi, we appreciate you taking the time to provide your review, and we're so sorry that you did not enjoy your time in Starfield. If you feel that things are getting too boring, this is a copy and paste. It's a copy and paste. Oh my God, there's so much more than just the main mission. There are many side missions you can do. Here, fill out this form. Dude, not that the form itself is the problem, but dude, man, it's like, yeah, just copy and paste the previous answer. Jesus Christ, man. Wow, they're not even trying anymore. These AI Bethesda canned responses are just unreal. The question was, why are the computers in a 200-year-old ship look the same as the new ones? Yeah, they didn't even answer that. They're not even addressing this. You know, it's like, oh, I don't know, man. I kind of want to go home. Copy, paste. Sent. It's like, should you not have put some spacing in there so like it looks a bit neat? Like, going home, bro. You want something from Starbucks? Don't know why they talk with a British accent, but here they do. So, remarkable crisis management here from Bethesda in the shadow of them losing plenty of players, and obviously with that, many players losing interest in the game. I feel nobody cares. Starfield has become a meme, and it's obviously a bigger problem now. Because Starfield and Redfall were the big flagship games that were supposed to save Xbox and turn everything around. And not saying that PlayStation is an amazing place when compared to Xbox, but still, this is not good. Both of their big flagship, high expectations, triple, quadruple A games not only stayed behind expectation, but failed miserably and disappointed in the case of Redfall, okay? So, oh Lord, man. Oh Lord, the Starfield saga continues. I wonder where we're gonna go next. What do you guys think? Do you guys think that the mod community can turn this around? Do you think like Starfield has enough flesh to the bones so that you can salvage it? Leave that down in the comments. Any thoughts on this story down in the comments? Because like this stuff blows my mind. It's unbelievable. Anyway, guys, I appreciate you hanging out. That was a very long video. I didn't even want to go that long, but here we are. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, smash like. Also, I'm giving away PS5. Yeah, you made it to the end of the video. You heard it right. If you made it to this point, I'm giving away PS5. Check our Discord, okay? Link is in the description. There's a little group that's called PS5 Giveaway. You click that, there's a video. It's also on my channel. It's like one of the last 4 or 5 videos or whatever, like PS5 Giveaway. You click it, it gives you instructions how to take part. You can literally win a PS5. I'll buy it for you. So don't forget to join the Discord. It's worth it. Not only because I'm hanging out there, but it's a great community as a whole. Okay, so big shout out to the Discord. I just want to say this as well. Everyone who's still watching, love you guys, okay? The Discord community has been epic. In the past year, I mean, we launched it less than a year ago, and it's thriving, okay? So I'm happy about that, but also don't forget to subscribe, smash like, do these things on YouTube as well, all right? I love you guys. Have a good one. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.